So welcome to Joe G's Fight Talk, and with me now I've got Gary Sykes. How you doing, Gary?
I'm good, mate, yeah, fine.
Good. It's lovely to have you on, mate. Yeah, your resume speaks for itself. A lot of people will know who you are. And yeah, for the people that don't, we're going to kind of introduce you now to them. But 33 fights, 28 wins, 6 knockouts. Not a bad outing, mate.
Well, I'd like to have got more knockouts, but I'll admit it myself. I didn't have much power. I just had work rate, and I just had work rate, and I wouldn't stop at no.
I think that's the thing, though. A lot of people, if you have got that knockout power, when the knockout power ain't working, it's very hard to then do something else. Where if you've got that work rate and the engine and the discipline, like you were saying before we came on, that's kind of that's the hard stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just, but like I said, I used to love boxing because of the discipline and the structure, and now I don't have much of that anymore. So it's a little bit hard to adapt.
Yeah. When did it all begin for you, Gary? When did you first stick on a pair of gloves, mate?
Do you know, it was pretty late for a boxer. Because I hear all these boxers started when they were like 8, 9, 10. I started when I was 15, which I consider pretty late.
Yeah.
So I started at 1999. I was 15. And then I only went down to the gym to get fit. I had no thought of boxing at all. And then the coach there, Keith Tate, R.I.P., he just said he's got me a fight. And I was like, what? And I just went along with it. And it just something I was good at.
Yeah, that's the thing, mate. And clearly you were. Your pro debut was February 2006, which seems a lifetime ago for some people who probably haven't even been born that will watch this, which is disgusting, isn't it? Against Dave Hines, which you won on points.
Yeah. There was no way of stopping him. For that fight, I can remember I weighed 9'4" and he weighed 10'7". So I give a lot of weight away.
As you say, if you're the one that's turning around saying, look, I haven't got the punch power particularly, but I've got the work rate, it's very hard over 6 rounds to get someone out.
Yeah. That was 6-2, that fight, I think it was.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? But it was where you were supposed to be, mate, because I think you went on 10 more wins after that fight before you came up against what I call your first major hurdle that people have heard of, which was Anthony Crolla back in 05 of 2009.
Yeah.
Mate, there's not many people out there that can say they've beaten Anthony Crolla.
Twice.
Well, now you're pushing it.
No, but I have. I've beaten him. I wouldn't class prize fight as a proper fight, but...
Yeah, but it is, isn't it? You're still... If you're going to win it, you're doing 9 rounds, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Like max. So you've still got your evening of boxing, haven't you? Some people don't go 9 rounds for years, do they?
Yeah. But do you know one thing about Coyle? I don't know why. I think I had his number because he went on to be a world champion, and he won an hard fight. No disrespect to him, but he won. He didn't feel an hard fight.
Yeah. And mate, that makes me laugh so much, I'll tell you. Because most people kind of think Anthony Crolla, as you say, went on to achieve big honours, did well in his career and all the rest of it. And you'd think Gary Sykes had his number. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah. He's Bogeyman.
Everyone's got one, mate.
Yeah.
Everyone's
got
got
one as well. The guy
yeah.
Buckland, mine.
We'll get to that. I know where you're going. 03 2010. You had your first crowning glory, shall we say, against Andy Morris when you won by unanimous decision to win the British Super Featherweight title, mate. Not many people can say that either. Oh. British champion. How did that feel?
Oh, it was amazing. I think when I won that, but that fight, I only had 3 weeks to get ready for it. So I put my heart and soul into 3-week training, and I got fit enough, and I got the result. And that was hard. I was out on my feet, but I know I had to keep going because I don't have quit in me. And I got the decision, so that was amazing. But after that fight, 'cause I was first champion from Dewsbury, I got invited to Downing Street to meet the Prime Minister. I had a civic reception. So the town of Dewsbury did they saw the what's it called, allocations.
Right.
There's a word. There's a word, but I can't think of it. But yeah, they were quite proud of me from Dewsbury.
But honestly, mate, I think you really overlook yourself, Gary. Like, even when I was messaging you yesterday and saying about the interview and stuff like that, and you said, well, I didn't think anyone really sort of was that bothered. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, do you know what I mean? There's people would bite your right hand off, mate, to be British champion. Some people go their entire career and don't even get a sniff at an area title. Do you know what I mean? And you've held the most beautiful belt in boxing, as people say. The Lonsdale is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I got told you have to make 3 defenses to get it outright, and I made 2, and then I won it again. So apparently that was classed as 3. So I should have got it, but I've had to buy a replica because it's that beautiful to show people. Oh, I also won English title as well.
Yeah. You're jumping ahead, mate. You defended.
Have you got structure? I don't have structure anymore,
mate. You can say as much as you like. I'm just crowning you as much as you deserve, because, like you said to me, you're one of those guys. You're a very modest guy, Gary. You are, and you've won stuff, and I think you deserve to hear it, because I know you've been there and done it and lived through it. But to hear it back from a fan that looks at you and thinks, "What a career!" I think sometimes you need to hear it, mate, because you don't get it. You don't get it as us boxing fans. We really appreciate the what you leave behind and how other fighters see it as well. They'll look and they remember Gary Sykes winning the British title. You go down in history, mate.
Oh, great, yeah. Something for my kids to remember.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. And you defended 05-2010 when it was Kevin O'Hara, which you won unanimous decision, and then you went into prize fighter. Was there any particular reason as to why you went into prize fighter?
There were no fights on the horizon, and I look back at that as one of my he want me, but like me managers and that, but I don't think I should have gone in it, but I'm easily swayed, so I wanted in gym, because in between fights I didn't really go in gym that much if I didn't have a end goal. So that was my downfall. I should have lived in gym like everyone else does, and so I'd been out at gym and I had like 2.5 weeks to get ready for that, and it didn't work out for me.
Well, to be fair, you won the quarterfinal, didn't you? Which was Scott Lawton.
Yeah.
And then lost the semi to the Bogeyman.
Yeah.
Gary Buckland.
Yeah, when they always show prize fighters, when they have like a montage of clips of prize fighter, they always show that.
Typical, mate. Just ignore them. But then, to be fair, 03-2011, you came back, Carl Johansson, which you won unanimous decision. And then your next sort of step up again was 09-2011 against Buckland again, who is just a pain in the arse, wasn't he, really?
Yeah, but like,
perfectly honest.
But like you were saying before that against Carl Johansson, when I just turned over, I sparred with Carl, and he put me down in sparring, and before that fight, I thought, whoa, I can't win this. But I started doing strength training, and
so hang on, you boxed the guy. So was the fight already in place when you'd sparred him previously?
Oh, no, when I just turned over.
Right, okay. So you just turned over, and then you kind of knew that this guy was coming up. You still took the fight and beat him.
Yeah, but like my coach Julian McGowan, he had a game plan. Always move to right. Sorry, away from his big right hand. And if you watch it, there's one time I go to the left and I get caught with that left hand and get put down. But I got up and I pissed them last few rounds.
Mate, honestly, that's superb. And as you say, then you had Buckland again, but we're not going to give him the time of day. And then we went to October 2012, quarter final. Now, this is the impressive part for me. Tommy Coyle and Anthony Crolla in one night. And I know you say, oh, it was another prize fight. It's only 3 rounds, but you've got to beat them. You've got to beat these guys. You can only beat who's in front of you. You know that. And Tommy Coyle in a quarter final, Anthony Crolla in the semi final, but Terry Flanagan was just that bit of a step, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I used to spar him all the time, and but 74% of viewers thought I'd won it.
Yeah,
I ain't watched it for the. I ain't watched it
because it was on a split, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, but he was a world champion. He was class. I used to have sparring rounds with him, and coaches wouldn't let us go over 6 rounds because it was so intense.
Yeah. Well, you think you'd already had 6 rounds, like really, and then you're going in against the guy where you're thinking, oh, bleed. You must have thought, oh, I'm now going to get a guy that's going to give me another hard time. But
that would up at lightweight as well. Plus, we had an extra £2, so it was 9-11, and I did pretty well doing that.
Yeah, and as you say, to get your split decision out of it, I know it went his way, but for all the fans to kind of turn around and say, well, actually, Gary had that one. That's you did really well there, mate. And then off the back of that, this is where it gets even better, in my opinion.
Better, not better for me if I know what you're talking about.
Oh no, hang on. 03 2013, you beat Kevin Hooper, which you got the English title, super feather. That must have been great because obviously I know by that point the British title had been and gone, but you managed to get the English title, which is now starting to get more of its prestige back again, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to his backyard in Cleethorpes, and that was a great night. But you're missing. Did you not hear this? What happened with me? I was down to box Adrian Broner in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not hear about it?
No. Go on, Gary.
And what's it called? About 4 days before we were flying out, I went in sauna, and my coach texted me just saying, "Gotta get something to eat. The fight's off," because it was on Amir Khan, Lemon Patterson's bill, and Lemon Patterson fails drugs test, so all show got scrapped. So that's just my look. But yeah, I had WBO title it was for.
Gutting. But the thing is, it was nothing you'd done. It's nothing Broner had done. It's just one. Well, I'm surprised it's nothing Broner's done. But it's one of those where could have, would have, should have, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean? But
like we were training, to get used to that time difference. We were training at like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and that is the best shape I've ever been in my life. And it's Adrian Broner, so I probably wouldn't have won, but I'd have loved to.
Who knows, though, Gary?
But I would have loved to test myself because that was the best ever camp I've ever had.
Because at that time, Broner was dangerous as well, wasn't he? Around that time period.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you did it again. You beat John Kays twice in that year period, and then you had Liam Walsh, who was big up and coming, wasn't he, at that time?
Yeah.
Tough lad for the British and the Commonwealth, and obviously that didn't work out that night. And then you had another fight in between, and then you had Luke Campbell, who at the time was another one coming through.
He's probably the most accomplished boxer that never won a world title. He was good, but I do think I was a bit past it then. But I'm not taking it all away from him.
Yeah. But when you look back over your career, Gary, what's your highlight? What is if someone said to you, Gary's defining moment, what is it?
It has to be the Andy Morris. the Andy Morris fight, winning British title. It has to be. Tyson Fury won my undercard on that one as well.
Mate, and that says it all.
Yeah.
You outshone Tyson Fury.
God, yeah.
Wow. Mate, honestly, it's a pleasure having someone like you on, because in my eyes, you look at yourself. I spoke to countless boxers and they turn around and they say, oh, you know, I could have done this, could have done that. Like you were saying, you know, could have trained harder, like between fights and been in the gym more, lived in the gym sort of thing. But when you look at your career, there's some people that don't touch an English title. There's some people that don't touch a British title and beat Anthony Crolla, Tommy Coyle, you know, have the opportunities to say they shared a ring with Luke Campbell and Liam Walsh and these sort of people, and to even have the sniff at Adrian Broner. Do you know what I mean? To even be considered.
Yeah.
I think you really put yourself down, mate. And honestly, I know boxers always say, look, I could have done more, but mate,
do you know what?
Look at what you have done.
Before I came on here, I told my girlfriend, oh, I'm having an interview. And that's what she said. She said, don't put yourself down. She must know.
I'm with her, mate. They're never wrong. Don't tell her that, but they're never wrong. But honestly, mate, fair dues to you. Fair dues to you. And yeah. What you up to these days then, Gary?
I'm just it's a bit hard. I don't have any skills boxing all my life since I was 15. So I'm just looking for a job at the moment.
Mate, so, it'll come.
Yeah,
it'll come, mate. As I say, have a listen to the missus every now and again. And just keep your chin up, mate. Honestly, I think what you've achieved so far, and I know if that's all you ever done since the age of 15, it's like being in the army or doing that sort of thing, isn't it? When you're so committed to doing that one thing and that's what you do, then coming outside of the bubble almost, it's difficult, isn't it? But you'll get there, Gary. You'll be surprised what you've picked up in your boxing career that you can bring into the world almost, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But honestly, you're a top bloke, Gary. There's a lot of people that are going to look at your name is engraved in history, and I think you just need to realise that.
Oh, great! Thanks, mate.
No problem at all, Gary. What fights are you looking forward to coming up before I let you go?
Oh, well, Tyson Fury, what's he doing? Boxing and
I was waiting for someone to, mate. He was on your undercard. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Oh God! But
I know it's a funny one, isn't it? Obviously, Joshua White round the corner now.
My training partner. I've just found out today. Josh Warrington's boxing Lee Wood. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Good fight. What do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know, because I sparred Lee and he was pretty strong for his weight, but so is Josh. But I don't know. I'll go with Josh because he's my old gym mate and great guy.
Fair enough, mate. And Joshua White, any interest in that one for the second time?
You know, I'm not really bothered about heavyweights, you know, because I will like down lower weights. But I'll watch it. But I think Josh will repeat it. But yeah, like I said, I'm more interested in lower weights.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you, mate. Especially the carnage that heavyweight division is at the moment. It just seems all over the shop, doesn't it? As you say, with Fury and, you know, the game-changing fight that he's having.
Yeah.
That said it all, that noise. But honestly, Gary, thank you very much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate your time.
No problem, mate. Thank you very much.
No problem. Take care, Gary. Stay in touch.
All right, mate. I will do. Bye.
See you, mate. Gary Sykes, everyone. Let's not forget what this guy's achieved. Being in the prize fighter twice, beating Anthony Crolla. There's not many people that can say that. And being the British super featherweight champion. He really underestimates himself. Hopefully he gets out there, finds a job that he's really going to slot into and does really well for himself because he deserves it. A top bloke. So thank you very much for watching JG's Fight Talk. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content, and I'll see you soon. Have some of this.